Ladies and gentlemen, happy Chinese New Year and welcome to our very special festival party today. It is really, really great to see you and thanks for taking the time out to join us. So I'm Andy, your host, Head of Global PR here at Wendy Wu Tours. And you know what? I am super excited about what's coming up in this party today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our special party today would not be complete without one very special lady. A lady who 26 years ago set about organising her first tour to China, the very start of Wendy Wu Tours. Now one of the world's most influential travel people in the UK, Australia and New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wendy Wu. So Wendy, 2020, what a completely unexpected and challenging year. Now, as a leader in the travel industry, I know 2020 was bad, but were there any bright moments from the year?
Yes, Andy. I believe that 2020 would be remembered as the year of COVID. Let me recount the highlights from the very beginning. I remember in January, when COVID first hit, at that time, just China, I was invited to BBC to give the expert insight to the ever-changing and evolving COVID impact and the situation to the world of travel. And then afterwards, I was invited to be on for 3 more times, including one last month. So they were my highlights. And then the next thing happened is COVID all of a sudden started to impact all the rest of the world. All the borders start closing down. I remember distinctively in March, all of a sudden, the whole world is shutting. And our very, very hard-working operation team here and at the destination started work day and night to repatriate all our customers over the world. To first and foremost, to get them safely onto the earliest flight to get home. But even more important and equally important, because all the flights, so many are cancelled. So therefore, we actually work hard to bring them back. But while they are still at the destination, we work hard to make sure they still have the best time, well looked after. And I want you to know, I'm so proud. All the customers come back safely and they write raving report to say how happy they were. They were under our care. We did a good job to look after them. That's another highlight. Then, travel. As you know, the whole world was devastated. Everybody's life was impacted. And the travel is the most devastating and the most hit. But travel industry is very resilient. And many companies are very strong. For example, us. We stayed strong. Once again, our hardworking and expert team worked day and night, hard as ever, with the destination and with everything. And we continue to improve the tour, make the best can be, make it even more enjoyable, make it safe, so that when you can go back, it will be perfection. And that was something we did. And you can see here's all the ranges of brochure to all the different destinations. And that is Southeast Asia, Latin America, India, Japan, and Central Asia, and China, all of that. If you have not got one, please order one because they are so rare and precious. Now, the next one, it is the entire industry did not sit still or weather away either. Even though during this hard year, no one traveled. And we had to cancel all the tours as well. And yet, that the travel industry still worked hard and encouraged each other, and we still put on a fabulous Oscar of the industry, which is the Global Travel Award. It just happened. And joining that Global Travel Award, we, Wendy Wu Tours, won for the 12th consecutive year as the best specialist tour operator. And you can see there's so many, that's the Global Travel Award, and over there behind the ND as well. So we are the best specialist tour operator, and we are so proud. So that's another high moment. And just recently, not only in the industry, and I do believe as the most hit and the kind of suffered industry, the whole of the country is supporting the industry. So therefore, that the wonderful British Travel Award still happened, and millions of people actually voted. And once again, I want to say that we are so proud that we have won the best escorted touring company and the best East Central Asia tour company and the best Southeast Asia touring company. So that's 3 great big awards we won only recently. And thank you so much for voting for us. That's another highlight. But that's not all. And my biggest and gratitude and thank you is actually go to our repeat customers. As I mentioned, when COVID just hit, our customer everywhere, and you put your trust and in our hands, allow us to work hard to bring you back and give you the best experience when you are there. And thank you for all the praising letters and email and all of that. Thank you. That means so much to us. Also, that after we had to close all the tours for your safety and have to cancel everything and put the operation to hold. Thank you once again that you changed your departure date from the 2020 to the end of 2020 to 2021. And when now the spring is coming and you see the border is still not open, you moved your tour again to the end of 2021 and 2022. We are so grateful for your faith and for your trust and for your fantastic support. Thank you so much. And also for the new friends you are here today, join our party. And we thank you for your time and thank you. Give us once again your support as well. For all of that, I believe and I strongly feel you all deserve the best holiday. Once this is out, we will really give you the best tour. And as our repeat customer, you know this is what we do. That's why you come with us again and again. For all the new friends and repeat customer, that's our promise. That Wendy Wu Tours will never be satisfied until you travel with us once, but come back again and again with us. So, I think these are the highlights, Andy.
Well, yeah, actually quite a lot of highlights there, Wendy. Thank you. So many, magic and bright moments from 2020. Really, really many. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new year now. We're in 2021. 2020 is finished. We're over it. 2020, ladies and gentlemen, was the year of the rat in Chinese New Year. We're done with that. We're done with the rat. See this rat? This rat is finished. We're getting rid of the rat. 2020 is gone. Say goodbye, Wendy.
Bye-bye. Could not wait.
Yeah, we can't wait. And I'm sure you can't wait either to see the back of this person. So, see you. Adios. It was good, but you're finished.
Yes.
That's what we do with the rats. Now, Wendy, New Year, Chinese New Year, 2021. What is symbolic about 2021, and what creature are we looking at for 2021?
Does everybody know? 2021 is the year of ox, the hard-working, cultivating, and sowing the seeds for the new beginning. That is the 2021.
So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, 2021, a new year, new beginnings, as you said there, Wendy. But Wendy, tell me, are we going to be traveling this year?
Andy, 2021, a new beginning. Right now, UK's vaccination program is so impressive. And all of the world, every country is embracing it. It's very much possible. With all of that and the whole world working together, then it is, we hope and we believe that in autumn, we may be able to travel again. And Andy, right now, it is the festival party. We are all here for the party. So everybody, please join us and just forget about everything else. Let us to take you on a journey of these wonderful countries to the faraway, distant land. Let us to say Happy New Year, and Andy will show you what's coming.
So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up for you today, while we're taking you to the destination that you are here for and looking at the highlights of this incredible region and all those authentic experiences that you'll enjoy there. We're taking you on a spectacular journey on one of our flagship tours. Plus, we are going to be venturing off the beaten track to some of those lesser known traveled areas. Now, at the end of this section, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best part. This is when the party really begins. You'll be invited to join our team of travel experts in our special party room. Now here you can ask our specialist team any question that you want to. You'll find out more about these fascinating countries and all of your favourite tours with Wendy Wu Tours. Now, as the UK's #1 specialist travel company, of course, as our repeat customers know so very well, we have the most amazing offers, such as free flights worldwide, free single supplements to many countries. And remember, at any time during the party, if you want to ask a question, then just hit the chat option on the Zoom and you can ask away, ask any question that you want to throughout. So now, the moment you've been waiting for. Yes, it's here. Case packed, passports ready? Are you ready? Let's travel.
Hello, my name's Glenn Thomas and I'm Head of Group Sales and Partnerships at Wendy Wu Tours. And it is my great honour to be able to talk to you today about one of my favourite places, and that's India. Before we get going on one of the tours, let me give you a few facts about India. India is in fact the 7th largest country in the world. 82% of its occupants follow the Hindu faith, 12% the Muslim faith. India has 7,000 kilometres of coastline and over 1 billion citizens. In fact, at the last census, it was 1,383,198,000 people. India has 22 official languages with literally hundreds of dialects. So knowing that, where do you actually start with such a wonderful place? Well, I'm going to start with our most popular India tour and one that I've actually done myself, which is Inspiring India, fully inclusive group tour for 14 days from £2,490 per person. This tour will take in Delhi, Agra, Ranthambore, Bundi, Udaipur, Pushkar and Jaipur before returning back to Delhi. But let's start right at the beginning and over in the UK, where you join your flight from London or one of the many regional airports over to Delhi. This can be on a direct basis or via, in some instances, Dubai. Once you arrive into Delhi, You will be transferred to your accommodation, where you can spend the rest of the day and either relax or start to venture around the grounds of the hotel, or slightly further afield depending how daring you'll be. But the next day we are straight into the tour. So on our first full day in India, we will visit the Jama Masjid Mosque down in Old Delhi. Built between 1650 and 1656 at a cost of 1 million rupees, it can accommodate 2,500 people and is one of the largest mosques in India. It truly is a sight to see, and as you walk round the complex, you can get some fantastic pictures and imagery of the surrounding parts of Old Delhi. Once we have finished, and you'll have about a good hour to have a look round here, we will take you on your next fantastic experience, and that will be on a rickshaw ride through Old Delhi. And this is something that you will take away from your trip as being one of the biggest highlights. You will get to see people going around their everyday business and the sights, the sounds and the smells of Delhi. It is truly a formidable experience, absolutely wonderful. You will love it, I can assure you. You can also stop off at the spice market, so you can get those important gifts to take home, and it's a good opportunity to start your bartering skills as well in time for the rest of the trip. We will also visit India Gate amongst some other government buildings that you'll see dotted around Delhi. India Gate itself is a war memorial and is dedicated to the 70,000 British Indian Army who died between 1914 and 1921. When I was there was a market on that was just within the grounds before India Gate, and our guide actually took us around there. It was absolutely amazing. We were probably the only British people there at the time, and it was just such a good experience. We will also visit the first of a number of tombs, this one being the tomb of the Mughal emperor, and is in fact the first garden tomb on the Indian subcontinent and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You will notice the grounds that the building is in. They are absolutely manicured. They are beautiful. And you will find that a number of places you will visit will be exactly the same. So taking some good gardening tips home with you, most definitely. We will also visit the Qutb Minar complex, which is again another UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is the Victory Tower Monument, which is the tallest brick minaret in India. This actual area is very popular amongst Indian citizens themselves as well as tourists. I'd just like to pause the tour for 1 second to just explain the food, because this is something that was certainly very important to my heart, and I'm sure to many of you. The food that you will actually experience on this trip is out of this world. I am a meat eater, but whilst I was in India, I followed a vegetarian diet because the choice and the taste was just out of this world. And with the different various breads that you can get, and the fact that we eat in local restaurants as well and try the local delicacies, I could not fault the service of the food that we had out there. And I'm sure it'd be one of your take-home memories of the entire trip. On our way down to Agra, we will pass through the Red Fort, which is a sight to see. The fort itself was the main residence of the Mughal emperors. The Prime Minister of India to this day addresses the nation on Independence Day. But we will drive down to Agra, which is about 4 hours, and that journey time will fly by as you will see all the different sights and sounds on the way down to Agra. You have no time to get bored, believe me. When we do arrive, just before we get into Agra itself, we will stop by the Baby Taj, as it's known, which some say was the inspiration of the Taj Mahal, and is our first sight of the monuments that we will see down in Agra. We will also visit the Agra Fort, which was the main residence of the emperors of the Mughal dynasty until 1638, when the capital moved from Agra to Delhi. It again is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is 2.5 kilometers away from the Taj Mahal. It's best described as a walled city, and it is from here that you will get your first view of the Taj Mahal, your first photo opportunity. But the next day we will rise early and we will go at sunrise to visit the Taj Mahal. It's an ivory white marble mausoleum on the south banks of the Yamuna River. It was commissioned in 1632 by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan to home the tomb of his favourite wife Mumtaz Mahal. He is also buried here. As you can see in the middle of that picture here, you'll go through that little archway here and file past the tombs, and you'll come out the other side, and you'll be able to walk around the complex and its extensive gardens. But the beauty of Wendy Wu Tours getting you there first thing in the morning is that you will see the Taj Mahal rise in front of you, and you will see it change colour, and it will go from an incredibly light pinkish colour into the beautiful white building that you see in front of you. It is one of those sites that you will never forget, and we will make that experience exceptional for you. As we move on, we will visit Fatbri Sikri, the abandoned city, which is high up in the hilltops, and you'll get to visit here and see how life was and see a truly empty city. It's a wonderful site and great photo opportunities. And we will travel here on our way to Ranthambore, where we will spend a couple of nights. And it's a good time to recharge and relax, use the hotel pool, and go out on a couple of safaris in search of the Bengal tiger. I'd like to take you through a typical experience on this. So a typical day when you're in Ranthambore is you will rise early. You'll be greeted in reception of your hotel with a nice cup of tea or coffee and biscuits before boarding your jeep, as you'll see behind there, and heading off into the Ranthambore National Park. You'll spend approximately 2.5 hours driving round, and hopefully during that time you will see one of the Bengal tigers and a number of other animals that are in the park, as well as the fantastic views that you will see. You will experience an afternoon safari drive as well. So if you're unlucky in the morning, hopefully you'll be luckier in the evening, but guests rarely come away disappointed. From Ranthambore, we travel on to Bundi, which is classed as Rajasthan's hidden gem. It's literally a huge fort with a palace built inside, famous for its painted murals. You will have time to have a wander around here and take advantage of the wonderful photo opportunities. On the way to Udaipur, we will stop off at Chitta Fort. It's one of the largest forts in India, and you can see the walls of the fort going around there. And it overlooks the town of Chittagong, and it's a really popular spot for artists where they come sit and draw, and you'll be able to see them participating in this. Once we arrive in Udaipur, or City of the Lakes, we'll have an afternoon cruise on Lake Pichola, as you'll see there, the boat. And you can admire the palaces and the shoreline, as you can see in the background there. You will also visit the City Palace, the Folk Museum, and the Art Gallery. It's a wonderful city, full of white buildings and parks and open spaces, very safe for you to walk around. And it's got a great little market and bazaar that you can walk around and make some purchases. There's a nice view of inside of the Udaipur City Palace. And from here you can take some magnificent pictures of the city as well. We then travel on to Pushkar, set on the banks of one of India's most sacred lakes and used for bathing by Hindu pilgrims. It's surrounded by blue-washed temples, including the Brahma temple, and one of the few in the world dedicated to the deity many Hindus believe is the creator of the universe. Again, we will stop and you can have a look at the Pushkar markets and buy some of your beautiful gifts to send home, before ending up in Jaipur, or Pink City as it's known, and the capital of Rajasthan. We will take you and visit the Jantar Mantar Observatory with all the time-telling machines there, and you can actually go around and locate your star sign and stand by and have your picture taken by it. The Capricorn one is right by the entrance because that's what I am, so you can have your picture taken with it. And then we will cross the road and go into the Maharaja's city palace. And the building in front of you is actually where the Maharaja actually lives to this day with his family. It also houses a museum in there and a little art gallery that you can view. We will also visit the Palace of the Winds, and we stop opposite so you get the best photo opportunity from the other side of the road. And of course, no visit would be complete without a trip to the Amber Fort, 16th century yellow and pink sandstone fort, which is 11 kilometers from Jaipur. Once we've completed our visit to Jaipur, we will then head back up to Delhi for our last night before we head home. I hope you've enjoyed our brief visit here to India. It is truly one of my most favourite destinations, and I know you will love it too. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, how are you enjoying today's show? Hasn't it been extraordinary? Already we've travelled on one of our flagship tours, and that's not the end of it. We're going to be doing lots more travelling as well, because we love travelling. I love travelling, and I know you love travelling too. And here at Wendy Wu Tours, that's what it's all about. It's all about travelling. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this section, we've got the party room. That's coming up. And here in the party room, you'll get to talk to our travel experts. They can't wait to hear from you. You'll be able to find out all about this incredible region, ask lots of questions. So do stick around to the end of the show for that. Now, like I said, we love traveling and we can't wait to travel again. And that's what we're going to do right now. Here at Wendy Wu Tours, we have got lots and lots of different tours and lots of different touring styles as well, as you'll see if you read the brochure and look at our website. So now we're going to go back to the destination, but this time we're going off the beaten track, and we're going to see some of those lesser known traveling areas.
Hello and welcome back to our second adventure of the day, and this time we're going up to the Himalayan kingdoms. Fully inclusive group tour for 24 days from £5,990 per person. This tour will start off in Calcutta. We will travel up by train to northeast India before venturing over into Bhutan and then returning back via plane to Kolkata. This is a fully inclusive tour. So the flight and accommodation is all included. Your food throughout your trip is also included, as well as your national and local guides. In addition to this, your visa is also included on the price. So let's start. After enjoying a night's rest, our adventure will begin. And we will start at the Victoria Memorial in Calcutta. Built between 1906 and 1921, it is there in memory of the Empress of India, Queen Victoria. The dates will also include visits to the Kaligat Temple, which is a Hindu temple dedicated to goddess Kali, and the British constructed Fort William. Our second day in Kolkata will start early and we'll visit the Kolkata flower markets. And just look at those colours of those marigolds there. We will go and see them preparing the necklaces that are all going around everybody's neck, and they are truly wonderful, and the smell is absolutely amazing too. You will see this all over India, and the marigold presented to you as a garland. It is a truly wonderful sight and one that you won't forget. We will also visit the Cantilever Harrow Bridge, which was constructed in 1943. And it wouldn't be complete without a visit to the Potter's Quarter, where you can also purchase some of the gifts to return home. After an action-packed morning, we will then board our train and head northeast. We will arrive into Siliguri, where we will spend an evening before continuing our journey into Darjeeling. Darjeeling, at 2,134 meters above sea level, is fairly cool, but ideal for the tea plantations that we will see on our way. We will continue our journey in Darjeeling with a very early start. We'll be up before sunrise to see the magnificent sunrise over Kanchenjunga Mountain. Just look at that view. It is absolutely spectacular. On our return to Darjeeling, we will also pay a visit to the Buddhist temple of the Yiga Choling, or Old Goom Monastery as it's known. And then it's all aboard the Darjeeling toy train. Doesn't that look incredible? You will see some unforgettable sights, so don't forget your camera on this particular journey. The train itself, or the track, is 88 kilometers long, and there are actually 14 stations, and it's actually over 140 years old. Driving north to Pelling, we cross the state border into Sikkim, and here we will see one of the oldest monasteries in India. Your Wendy Wu Tours guide will obviously be with you and tell you all and explain the history of the building itself, and you will be able to take advantage of its tranquil setting and incredible views that surround it. From here we will go to the Kanchenjunga waterfalls and lake. This is believed to be sacred by Buddhists and Hindus alike. We will drive through the most spectacular scenery to reach Gangtok, the capital of Sikkim. On the way, we will visit 18th century monasteries, and you will be surrounded by exotic flowers and mountain panoramas, as you can see from the picture there. We will also visit the Enche Monastery, as pictured here, and the Rumtek Monastery. Just look at those colours, aren't they wonderful? And we'll head on here to the bustling market town of Kalimpong. Would you believe you are now halfway through this incredible journey with Wendy Wu Tours, and you have a day in Kalimpong to catch your breath or wander around the town and admire the scenery. The flowers are absolutely beautiful, and you will see lots of orchids here too. This will be one special day. We will visit the Gurumara Wildlife Sanctuary, and here, along with your Wendy Wu Tours representative, we'll be on the lookout for the one-horned rhino, as pictured, elephants, leopards, and bison. So let's see how many you can tick off your list. After all the excitement that India has given us, we cross the border into Bhutan. A feast of temples and monasteries await us, but first we will visit the nation's capital, Thimphu, and explore the city. We will have time in the National Library, the Handicrafts Emporium, Folk Heritage and Textile Museums. So a nice busy day for you in store on your first day in Bhutan. During your visit to India and Bhutan, you will see plenty of Buddhas, but probably not one as impressive as this bronze statue that stands at 54 meters high. We will take you here and get you the best views. Scenery and dramatic views will be offered in abundance on this trip, as you can see from this dramatic picture here on our journey to Gangti. How remarkable and how lovely it will be to drive above the clouds. Once our tour arrives in Gangti, you will have a day at leisure, or for those that are feeling a bit more adventurous, we will take you on a hike through the valley with our Wendy Wu Tour guides. So the choice is yours on our first day in Gangti. However, if you choose not to join the optional valley hike, you will not miss out, as when we get to the more rural parts of Bhutan, you will have the opportunity to hike through Hunakar's paddy fields. Just look at that spectacular scenery in front of you. As we move deeper into Bhutan, we will visit Punakha and this beautiful monastery that we see in front of us. Marvel at its beauty as we wander around and that of the surrounding area. And we will have plenty of photo opportunities as we drive round. And this is a view of Punakha and the valley. Just look how beautiful it is. And we mustn't forget the Rinpung Monastery, which is actually a monastery that's on the proposed UNESCO World Heritage Sites listings for Bhutan. And again, some extremely great views from here. And a great interior shot showing the colour inside the temple. And then we come to yet another highlight on your Wendy Wu tour, a hike to Tiger's Nest Monastery. Perched on the side of a cliff 900 metres above the valley, it's truly a visual spectacular, colourful, beautiful, and views of literally miles around. You will also have lunch here, and the food you will have both here in Bhutan and India is of an excellent standard. Dishes catered for all needs, spicy if you want it, not spicy if you don't want it, and lots of vegetable-based dishes too, which are thoroughly enjoyable. From here, we return to Paro for an overnight stay before our return flight to Calcutta. You will have an afternoon free in Calcutta before your overnight flight back to the UK. So this was a whistle-stop tour of this amazing tour with Wendy Wu Tours. It's something that's definitely on the bucket list, and I'm sure you'll be eager to go there. So please come along to the rooms after this presentation, and we'll be happy to discuss anything further with you. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now jetting off to the other side of the world. Yes, we are going to meet our China guides, and they have got a very, very special Happy Chinese New Year message for you.
Happy Chinese New Year! Goodbye the red of 2020. Welcome 2021, the good and hard-working ox. We're so happy to send this message to you, our dear friends, old and new, at this special occasion. Even though you're 1,000 miles away, you're in our hearts and in our thoughts. Just like you have missed traveling the world in 2020, we have missed you, our customers, so much. China was where COVID attacked first, but it is now the safest place. It is our greatest hope that with the most impressive implementation of vaccinations in the UK, life will soon be good for you too, so that you can travel for joy and experience the wonders of the world with us once more. On behalf of Wendy Wu Tours China team and our guides around the world, we wish you a very prosperous new year with great, healthy, wealthy, and joy of travel. We look forward to welcoming you in China,
in Japan,
in Southeast Asia,
in India,
in Central Asia,
Middle East,
in Latin America. Let's make a date. See you in autumn 2021 and in 2022.
Happy Chinese New Year!
新年快乐!
So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a real privilege to be with you today, and we hope you enjoyed this destination as much as we do. Wonderful to be connected, to see you all and to share with you all the exciting news about this destination, the experiences, and of course, those fantastic special offers. Free worldwide flights, no single supplements, and of course, free VIP airport lounge access. So now we are coming to the best part. It's the party room. And this is where you're going to be able to meet the experts behind the scenes, ask lots of questions, find out more about these fascinating countries, and of course, hear more about those offers. Plus, because it's a party, you're going to meet lots of like-minded people. So just close your Zoom page and the party room will open up for you. And do remember, you can ask questions at any time throughout this. And hey, because we want to see you, please
do remember to switch on your video in the bottom left-hand corner of your Zoom screen. And whilst you're at it, just hit the mute as well and unmute yourself when you want to ask a question. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Thank you, it's been great, and look forward to seeing you in the party room. See you there.